Today we're going to look at an incredible folding camper from Kimberley Kampers. It's family friendly with a dinette that converts to bunk beds for the kids. There's a massive solar lithium package, a compact teardrop towing profile, a true off-road control arm suspension, and incredible design touches throughout the build. Join us as Dave Bates of Kimberley Kampers USA walks us through the hybrid caravan, overlanding camper.
In the US, if you break down, you call AAA. In Australia, if you break down, you can die. So the trailers are designed to not break down and to last a very long time. They've been in business for about 30 years. We reckon by the amount of vehicles or trailers that are still registered, 95% of our trailers are still on the road after 30 years. So they have great longevity. Like I said, this is the Caravan. It's the Eco Suite. The suspension that Kimberley uses is in-house suspension. It's a trailing A-arm suspension with airbags. So what that means is that each wheel is independently articulated, and you can adjust it up and down with airbags to level it out, to raise it up and down if you need to get over an obstacle. And I'll demonstrate that here a little bit. With every one of our trailers, we have a key fob remote. So right now it's in the up position. You have about 20 to 22 inches of ground clearance. If you want to go down, you can see this side of the trailer is going down. And then if you want to go back up, you're going to press a button. You're going to hear a compressor that's going to actuate inside, and it will go back up to that up position here. Okay. I'm actually going to lower it right now so that we can set it up. We'll just stick both of the wheels down at the same time, and that would be in the camp position. So when you're camping, you put it down like that. Underneath the chassis here, we have a fully boxed hot dip galvanized chassis. That mitigates the rust. We don't like to powder coat any of our chassis because we know that when you powder coat, it's going to chip and then eventually rust. One of our main key design features is that we do not use wood in anything in the trailer except for the cabinet faces, and you're going to see that inside. Everything else on this trailer is either steel, stainless steel, a composite fiberglass. Wood has really no place on an off-road trailer. It's going to vibrate, break, rot, and things like that. So even if you do get if you get water on the floor in the trailer, it's not going to rot anything out. This is our composite shell here. It's a one-piece design. And you're going to see how this, kind of like a transformer, it's going to lift up and expand out to give you almost double the footprint of the trailer. We're going to move around the front here. This is not the hitch that we use. This is purely for shipping. This trailer arrived a couple days ago. And so this one's going to come off, and we're going to put a McHitch, which is a fully articulating hitch. Moving up a little bit more, we have electric over hydraulic disc brakes, and what that means is when you go through a water crossing or if your brakes get wet, our brakes are not going to fade like a drum brake will. This customer here optioned for an ISI bike rack. You can put 2 bikes up here up to 150 pounds. It folds out of the way when you need to get into this front box here. And inside this front box, we have a few things going on. I'm going to open that up here in a second. But I'll discuss up top here is one of the options. It's a cargo carrier. You can fit 200 pounds of whatnot up there. We have customers put jerry cans. They put their camp chairs. Anything that you don't mind out in the weather goes up here. And then inside here, we have our 2 battery packs. So these are 48 volt lithium batteries, lithium iron phosphate. It's a total of 10 kilowatt hours, or for those in the 12 volt world, it's roughly 1,000 amp hours of battery capacity. So what's nice about this system is we can run our aircon off grid for about 7 hours. We have 2 connections at the front of the vehicle. So one is your typical 7-way, and this controls your trailer lighting and your trailer braking. But we have another connector here too. And this connector is, we call it, it's an Anderson connector. And what this does is you'll run a second circuit from your vehicle to the back of your vehicle. And this plugs into our DC to DC. And you can charge up to 70 amps through this connection into your vehicle. So this allows you, when you're traveling down the road and going to your destination, this will keep everything charged up. It will run your fridge, run all that stuff. And honestly, if you're running low on power, you start up your vehicle, you plug this in, and you can charge up to, like I said, 70 amps and get a quick charge on your vehicle. This is the correct way to charge a lithium battery through a DC to DC. Another thing here, we have this ARC jockey wheel here. These are super heavy duty. It's an ARC 750. Really, and it makes the vehicle or the trailer easy to move around. I mean, I can push this trailer around easily on concrete. It can also go over, if you put it down a little bit lower position, you can you can pull this out of the mud by using this jockey wheel. It's not going to collapse on you, it's not going to break. Super heavy duty. It articulates out of the way so that when you're going over obstacles and rocks, you're not going to bend it or rip it off. On this side of the trailer, so this box here, for those that do not want to have a propane tank here, they have this separate area here. You can put whatever you want in here, and then there's a little prep table that goes inside of this box. On the other side of the trailer, we have a diesel tank, and then we have two slots here for some jerry cans. This tank here, it's about 3.5 gallons. It is used to run our diesel hot water system that's inside. As long as you have water on board, you can have hot water indefinitely. There's no extra tank that you have to worry about or to warm up. In about 5 minutes, you have scalding hot water. It also is used for our air heater, which is a diesel air heater, to heat the cabin. One thing that we do is we don't have any combustion gases inside. Both combustion and exhaust are coming from outside the envelope of the trailer, which is super important for the customer safety. What's nice about these awnings is that our awnings can be used on either side of the trailer. So this awning here is made by Fiamma. It's super easy to set up. You roll it out, you put the legs down, you stake it out, and you're done. It takes about 3 minutes to set up. We have quite a big family, and so we do two types of camping. If we're on the beach, we're gonna stake ourselves down on the beach and we're gonna stay there for a week. But usually when we go out west, we're moving from place to place to place, maybe every day or every other day. And we will use this awning if we're moving from day to day to day. If we're staying for a long time, we'll use the Kimberley quick awning, which is on the other side. And that one allows you to put up full walls, be really protected from the elements, the wind, the rain, and everything. But it does take a little bit longer to set up, about 10 minutes to set that one up. And like I said, it's built on a sail track here. You can take it off, slide it out the back, put it on the other side, and swap them and use them interchangeably. The next thing we're going to go around, and I'm just going to show you guys how to set it up. And while we're on this side, there are 6 latches that you need to remember. So there's 2 here, and I'm going to take these 2 latches off. Okay. So coming around this side, there's a latch that goes behind the door. You want to make sure that you unlatch this and the catch is up. There's 1 latch in the back here, so that's 4 of them. You're going to open this bottom door and just leave it open. The reason why is we don't want this inner latch to catch on here when it's going up. And the other thing that's super important is that you have this little winder here. You must put down these stabilizer legs in the back here. If you don't, all that weight of the bed when it slides out cantilever, you're gonna pop the front end of the trailer up. So you're just gonna put that wheel down, or that arm down. You're gonna put this other arm down. Like so. And then we're gonna undo a latch here, a latch here. And we're going super slow, so this whole process right here usually takes about a minute and a half. I'm just taking the time to explain it here. So this is what we call the lobster tail. You have 2 barrel latches here that you're gonna undo, and then you have a 3rd barrel latch here, okay? And inside here, we're gonna explain this a little bit later, but there's a switch that you're gonna activate, and that activates the main master switch for the lift. And then after that, you can either lift it up from there, or you have a key fob. And so with this key fob, you just press this button, and this lifts up this whole trailer here. And like I said, there's override switches or tactile switches on every one of our trailers. So if you lose your key fob or if you break it, you can still get it up and down. How this is being lifted, there's a cable system with a linear actuator. If that linear actuator happens to break, we've never had one fail, but if it does, there is a manual override that you can put in a ratchet wrench and you can lift this thing up. One thing to note too, you can see that these walls that are on the inside are going to eventually slide out and be these walls here, and they auto nest. There's no need for you to move anything or adjust anything to be able to actuate it up. And then it gets to a point where it stops right here, and that's when you know you're done. Okay, now that we have the trailer already all the way lifted up, I'm gonna undo the steps here. And this is a simple folding step, and then walk on in the inside here. And there's a couple little latches inside, 2 of them to be exact, that I'm lifting up. And then this right here slides out. And then it latches in like that. So within, a minute and a half, we had the trailer fully set up and ready to sleep in. On the Kimberley, in the Caravan, and in all of our trailers, you have the ability to cook on the outside and on the inside. The inside has an induction cooktop, and then the outside has several different options. This customer, it's not in place right now because we haven't installed it yet, but they optioned for an electric griller by Ninja. You can get a Weber barbecue, you can get a dual burner propane stove. On this side here, which is standard on all the Kimberleys, you have a stainless steel sink with prep area. You have your hot and cold water out here. You also have your, there's a 12 volt plug here, USB plugs here. There's 2 120 volt outlets there if you want to run a blender, if you want to run some other device out here, you can do that. Plenty of storage on the inside here for longer utensils, cooking things. You have a cutlery drawer here. All of our drawers are soft close. You do have lighting, which I haven't mentioned. There are amber lights and white lights in every one of our compartments. So that you can see, so in the trunk, up front, under here, all the areas are lit. What is the ride height when we're down? So it is about 3 inches short of 8 feet. When you're all the way down, that's with the air conditioner. So if you have an 8-foot garage, you can get in with the air conditioner. If you have a 7-foot garage and you don't need an air conditioner, it will fit in there. And then overall height, I honestly don't even know how tall it is. I've never got up there and measured it. But inside, it's about 7'3" on the inside. So unless you're a giant, you're going to fit on the inside just fine. I've actually had a professional baseball player come by, and he was 6'9", and he was able to sleep on our it's a larger than normal queen size bed that's up in there. So there's plenty of room, height, and length to be able to sleep in there and stand up. So stepping up in here, when you first put out the bed, you have this seat that you're gonna tilt up, and likewise on this seat, it tilts up. This is a little bit different version here. This customer wanted a bunk bed, which is nice, so they can put 2 more of their kids here. So this just lifts up, and then this is gonna attach to the back there, and this becomes your seat. You also have a very long table here that you can sit all your family members around, enjoy, playing some cards or playing a game, and if it's bad weather, you can hang out inside here, and that just slides out of the way. For mattresses, this is a queen size mattress. You can adjust each side. It's like a select number, but it's not a select number bed. So if you want, firm on one side or soft or whatever, you can adjust that. We also have a foam mattress and an inner spring mattress. So you can, those 3 different mattresses you can select from. Inside of here, these drawers, when my wife and I go camping, we have enough. That's her drawer, this is my drawer. There's enough space in here to get about 10 days worth of clothes. So quite a bit of space in here. Like I said, everything's soft close. I'll just go over some of the other different options we have inside here. This customer selected to get a white face here. We have a bamboo, which is a natural bamboo color, and we have piano black. I'll go over some of a little bit more of the storage here. Underneath here is some storage. There's also a toe kick heater here. This is actually like a third heater that we have if you need it. All the waste heat that's coming off when we heat the water, there's enough extra heat that we run it through another heat exchanger, and that can blow out here, and you don't have to turn on your air heater. I would say this one's good down to about freezing, and below freezing you're going to turn on your air heater and get things heated up. More storage underneath this area here. Like, this is a huge amount of storage that you can get underneath here. You can put a small child on there if you want to. So tons of storage there. On top here you have your induction cooktop, so if it's a bad weather day outside, or if you just want to heat up something early in the morning, you can just do that right here. You have storage underneath this area you also have a big drawer here. If you don't want this storage, you can option for a microwave. And quite a bit of our customers do that. We have an 85-liter fridge freezer here. Little freezer up top, and then the rest is just fridge area here. Going past the fridge up front here, more storage. So indoor cutlery area, big drawers here, all the way down. And like I mentioned earlier, the only wood that we have on our trailers is this face right here. The rest of the drawers and everything else, this is an aluminum drawer here. That's how everything's done, and then soft close there. Right here is the magical area in this trailer, I think. So it gives you the option to, you have the toilet here, but instead of using it just as a single purpose area, when we want to take a shower, this toilet rotates out of the way, so you don't have to straddle your toilet when you're taking a shower. There's a curtain that goes up, and you have a full size, I'm 6 foot, so we've got quite a bit of room here. Full-size shower here to stand up in and take your shower. For those that want a little bit more privacy, there is a privacy curtain that goes all the way across this area here. And it just attaches on these little areas, these little attachment points up there. And that makes this whole area an ensuite. So we have the sink here to shave in and the shower. And then when you're done, you put the curtain out of the way, you rotate this back into place, and you have your use of your toilet. This is a game changer for this trailer. It was introduced about 4 years ago and has really made a difference where, a lot of the wet showers, you have to straddle your toilet to go and take a shower and all that, and then you have all that water to deal with. Well, this takes care of that issue there. For those of you up in Canada, Greg's up in Canada there, so it's cold, we get it. Australia is not cold, and it's kind of interesting to convey some of the coldness to the guys that are designing it over in Australia. So the 30th anniversary edition trailer that we're in, and all 30th anniversary trailers, they've upped the amount of insulation that we have in the trailer. So there's 30 millimeters of closed cell foam insulation in the lower walls, and about 20 millimeters in the upper wall and the upper canopy. So that, I would say this is probably a 3.5 season trailer. I have customers that have been down below zero in them, and they've been fine. We have tank heaters in the tanks. If you keep your your water heater running, that will keep that whole water area where the water does stay warm. And then, of course, the air heater will keep up for very, very cold. So I wouldn't say a complete 4 season, but a strong 3.5 season trailer, especially with the tank heaters that we have and the air heater. Another thing that we do for sound, it's actually quite quiet inside the trailer when you're sleeping. We have some sound deadening carpet all the way around on the interior that helps for sound and also condensation. So you're not getting any of that condensation that you normally see in a trailer. We do have blackout curtains that go on the windows, so people might ask, hey, you look like you live in a fishbowl here. Well, there's curtains that magnetically attach up here, and they completely black out the trailer. Another question people ask, what about air conditioning? Is it hot in the summer? So we do have an air conditioner here. It's a 13,500 BTU air conditioner made by Coleman Mach. Honestly, we've been camping probably, I don't know how many nights, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of nights in these trailers. And I rarely use the air conditioner. What's nice about the trailer, there are 2 windows that are up by the head of the bed. We open those windows up, and then these 2 fans here will have them so where they blow out. And so they'll just suck a nice breeze through and then blow the air out this way. And you stay nice and cool throughout the evening and during the day, honestly, too. Some of the other things that we do in the trailer to mitigate dust, there's a lot of seals on here. When the trailer is down, in its down position, we have a fan up here. And if you turn it on, it sounds like a jet engine spooling up. Pretty loud. I'll turn it off so that you guys can hear me. But that positive pressures the cabin. So a good example is like when you walk in a large building like a mall, you open it up and you feel that the air push at you. They're positive pressuring that building to keep the dust from going out. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're sucking the air in past a filter and then pressurizing this cabin to keep the dust down. Some of the other features that some of the customers like, there's an option for a TV that goes here. There is a Bluetooth sound system that you can sync up the TV and your phone with if you want to play over that sound system. Other options, or I guess standard features, you have a wireless charging unit here, a bunch of outlets throughout the trailer, both 120 volt and 12 volt, and also USB. Like I mentioned before, this is a 48 volt system. It's made by EcoFlow. One thing that's really nice about it is that if there are any issues that our customers have, they can tether their phone to the system, and we can log into their trailer and troubleshoot anything that they have electronically. Again, on this system, you can get 10 kilowatt hours. You can show your different inputs, from an alternator, from solar, which is on the roof, from your solar up above, and also from AC shore power. And then for outputs, every one of these systems have like a little radio button. So if I want to turn on like my drinking pump, I can push it here and turn it on, or my general pump, or if I want to turn on my bench lights, for example, the bench lights come on, or if I want to turn it on or off the canopy lights. What's nice about this too, if your trailer is connected to the internet, let's say you have Starlink or some other system, you can leave it on when you're away from camp, and you can use your phone to turn lights on or off and control it just from your phone. This just gives you an eye into your drinking tanks and your general tanks. So there are a total of 3 tanks on board. We have a total of 50 gallons of water, fresh water, and then a 16-gallon gray tank. We do not have a black tank. The reason for that, they're gross, and nobody wants to carry around their stuff, for long periods of time. And it's honestly, it doesn't really have a place in an off-road trailer. So people ask, what do you do with your waste, the black waste? Well, we have 3 different toilets that you can choose from. We have a Nature's Head composting toilet, which is a great toilet. It separates the 1s and the 2s, composts down the 2s, and after about 80 uses, you just go dump it out, and it's basically looks like dirt. We have a Laveo, which is a dry flush toilet. Basically, it's a diaper genie on steroids, for lack of a better word, or better description of it. That's a great option for people that want that. And then we have another toilet called the Wrap-On. It's made in Japan. You do your thing, it heat seals it up in a little bag, cuts it off, and you go throw away that bag. That one actually is what our family uses. It's revolutionary. Like, my little 7-year-old can use it, and no problem. He just presses a button, and automatically flushes everything and takes care of it. So those 3 different options for the toilets.
What's the maximum sleeping capacity?
So maximum sleeping capacity inside is 4. So I'll just assume 2 on the bed and 2 in the bunk bed here. And then we have another option in the back of the trailer, which is an outside tent that goes, it attaches underneath the slide out bed, underneath the lobster tail there, and you can fit another 3 people in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people if you wanted to. I've had more than that when I have my little minions in here. Some of our little kids will fit in here. We'll get 2 in the bed with us and then 2 on here or whatever. So it's not meant for a large family, but a family of 4 comfortably in here is just fine.
How long is the bunk?
The bunk, as it sits right here, it's about 5 feet, and there are 2 extra bolsters that go on the end here that make about another, it's about 14 inches. So roughly about a 6-foot person can fit on here, but really it's meant for smaller kids. The weight limit on there, and I've sat on the top of that bed, and I'm a little heavier than I should be, but you can, it can stand it just fine. It doesn't even flex.
So Dave, I want to thank you first of all for the opportunity to do this. Really appreciate it. This is a phenomenal camper. First question. So what kind of payload are we getting in this trailer?
So the base weight of the trailer, let's just say empty weight, it's right around, I know I said about 3,500 pounds. That's with the air conditioner on, that's with the toilet in, all that stuff in there, right? So you can put about 2,000 pounds, so the GVWR is 5,500 pounds. You can put about 2,000 pounds worth of water and stuff inside of this trailer, which is quite a bit. In fact, the limiter on our trailer is not the chassis, it's not our spindles, it's actually the tire wheel combination. Our spindles can hold 7,500 pounds each, so that's 15,000 pounds right there. Just the spindle, the chassis can hold much more than that. So if you can find a wheel combination, but again, it's not worth it. Our goal at Kimberly is to keep the weight as low as possible. That's why we use a lot of really lightweight material, a lot of aluminum. Like all of our cabinetry is made out of aluminum. All of our drawer slides, everything's out of aluminum except our chassis, and then of course the canopies is composite.
And tongue weight.
Tongue weight. So that's a great question. So a lot of people are confused by tongue weight. They ask, what's a tongue weight? And they think that's a static number. It is not a static number. Yeah. It totally depends on how you have your trailer loaded. So our main water tank, which is 32 gallons, sits behind the axle. And then we have our gray tank, which is 16 gallons, and our smaller 18-gallon tank for water is in front of the axle. So how do you have those weighted? You have your one empty, one closed. That depends. But to answer your question is we shoot for 10% of the weight of the trailer. So if you have a 4,500 pound weight of your trailer, do 450 pounds as your tongue weight. As anyone knows, like the dynamics of a trailer really depend on if you have a really light tongue, you're going to get a lot of trailer sway. So the Australian model of a trailer, if you look at most off-road Australians, they put their wheels farther back than most, and that gives you a little bit heavier tongue weight, but it also gives you great trackability. This trailer, like you can crank your trailer as sharp as you want, and this trailer will go right behind you. And it won't jackknife. They usually have a longer drawbar. I can fit on most vehicles. I can fit this at 90 degrees. Your vehicle will be 90 degrees to the trailer if needs be. If you find yourself in a tight spot, you can get out of there and not jackknife it. So 10%, keep your tongue a little bit lower, never high, and you'll be safe. If you're interested in one of these trailers, give us a call. We will go through the 4 pages of options and different features with you. A lot of the time, we'll get on a FaceTime video, and we'll go over each one of the options and show you, hey, this is what it looks like in a trailer. I also have a 35-page brochure with a picture of every option and different things in there. We mark up that sheet. I send it back to you. You're going to review it, make sure I didn't make any mistakes, make sure you didn't miss anything. And then we place the order with the factory, and we get you a build slot. Once we get that build slot, there's a VIN assigned to your build. And what's pretty neat with all of our trailers, we will send you pictures of your trailer as it's being built. So you'll be able to say, like, hey, here's the chassis. Hey, here's the walls going on. Here's electrical system going in and things like that. I wouldn't say we're 100% on that. There's sometimes the guys in Australia forget to do that. But we try to make it an involved process with the customers so they can see it, right? Yeah. And then we give you a ship date when it comes over from Australia. It usually takes about 2 months to get here. It arrives in our shop, and we do quite a bit of work. We'll put in all of the 120-volt accessories in the trailer. We'll do QC checks on it. We put in the batteries. Just a lot of buttoning up of things that are left open so that we can install the things here. When you come to pick up your trailer, you're going to come to the shop. We're going to go over the whole trailer with you. If it takes a day, it takes 2 days, it doesn't matter. As long as you get a very firm grasp on how to use the trailer. One of those evenings that you're at our shop here, I invite you to come to our house. You're going to eat dinner with our family and hang out a bit, and then we send you back to the shop. And you're going to sleep inside your trailer overnight in the shop here. The next morning, I'll come back in and answer all the things that I told you before, but you forgot about. We have 3 service locations, one in Ohio, one in Colorado, and one in Utah. If you can make it out to those service locations, then great. If there's a part that breaks, call one of them up, call me up and say, hey, this part broke. Send us a picture of the part, because sometimes you might call something, and we might call it something different. Mm-hmm. Say, yep, this is a part. I'll usually overnight it to you, or at least get it to you within a few days, depending on your location. And then I'll send a video of, hey, you got to undo this part, bolt it in there. Now, if you're not capable of doing that, that's fine. Go to an independent shop anywhere in the U.S., have them send me a quote. I'll review the quote, make sure they're not ripping you off. And then I will call that shop, or one of our guys will call the shop and say, this is how you make this repair. And they'll make the repair, and then we'll reimburse you for that. Our warranty on the trailers, that's one thing I did not go over. It's a 5-year warranty on the chassis.
Oh, wow.
And then everything else is a 2-year warranty. If it's something that we have not made, like we don't make the cooktop, the induction, we don't make the fridge, those just carry those manufactured warranties also. Yeah. 2 times out of the year, we go camping with our customers. We'll go for usually a week off-roading and just go enjoy somewhere in the west and somewhere in the east of the U.S. Really, that's what matters to us, like the customers. Like, we're selling a trailer, yes, but we're building these relationships with the people that we interact with.
All right, let's talk price. As of filming in May 2024, for a well-equipped Caravan EcoSuite, you're looking at around $130,000 US, making this the most expensive trailer we've ever reviewed. Is it worth it? Well, even though I can't afford it, I still think the trailer is good value. So let's look at those pros first, because they'll help to explain why I think it's a solid value. My first pro is the incredible folding design. A smaller towing footprint makes tight trails less of a challenge, but when you camp, the expanded setup means you're not sacrificing space or amenities. My second pro is construction. No wood in the build not only means longevity, but also lighter weight, and less mass is super helpful when off-roading. My third pro is off-road credibility. Kimberly has been making off-road trailers for 30 years, and this trailer is a ground-up off-road design. We see so many cosmetic off-road packages in the industry, so it's refreshing to see the real deal here, from the tires to the suspension, ground clearance, dust management, batteries, and solar. I really only have one con, and it's less of a con than it is a use case problem. I don't want an off-road trailer, but I want this trailer. So I wish Kimberly made a lighter, front country version of the Caravan Hybrid. What do you think? Do you need this much off-road capability? Is this trailer worth the price of a mid-sized Airstream? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.